Today I want to speak here about my book which will be released this soon, and that book is about uh, education, the digestive juice for the world resources. The book has gone further to summarize the intent, the need for the people to understand the real meaning of education, because currently we know we are suffering. People are getting myth, lot of information around on what education really mean. Actually, education, when it is perceived in a wrong way, it is nothing. Or if education is acquired in form of cramming, it is again nothing. So for me, I have discovered for a long time now, and I've been in researching, doing my own research and seeing what thing that could mean a lot about education. And along my findings, I saw that there is great need of transforming people, understanding the education as something like digestive juice of worldly resources. When you come back to the normal physiology or normal health related things like in medicine, we know that for the food to be digested, we need digestive enzymes, which are normally produced by different gland organs in the body. We have salivary glands; they are producing a lot of salivary juices. I can say we have the pancreas, we have the intestine, we have the gallbladder, which produce the bile. All those together, they produce something which is called the digestive juices. Those digestive juices, they become very important when it comes to point of when human being is taking in food. Because if you are taking in the food and mostly maybe you are taking starch, you should understand that that starch has to be broken down to level of monosaccharide, whereby it can be in position of building your body. Again, when you come to the protein, they cannot just be incorporated in the body in a poly way. They need to be broken down to amino acid, whereby the easy incorporation, again to fat and other vitamins and minerals which are required for the normal function of the body. Actually, from that very perspective, mean that if the body has got no digestive juice, mean that the body cannot really extract the material which you're giving it. This is why the moment that someone with congenital things, maybe a congenital, when someone is having congenital deficient of certain thing, maybe deficiency in enzyme responsible for digestion of starch, automatically when you give him or her the starch, automatically cannot get anything. Again, when you come to the case of, or in case of protein and other material, actually the same will happen. Even as in the world we have been brought here, we are human being, and the world is full of resources. Now we as human being is like a digestive tract. We need something to eat, but the place where we get these things is in the world. Actually, now to get easy access of resources and to get nutrient from the resources available in the world, there's great need that we need education. Education is the key point that make us easily interact. It's like digestive juice now for the materials which are available on the earth. Without having education, mean that you cannot equally or we cannot exploit in a higher extent the world and get something that God has sent us to accumulate or to have them, that we can live peaceful life. You know, the suffering, everything that is happening, sometimes it because lack of knowledge. That's why there are diseases which killed a lot of people, but when the discovery that they call the digestive juice came, the awareness came, people got that type of education and they went on doing something wonderful in their life. Therefore, the same thing is still happening even in our life. If if someone is lacking education about the proper sanitation, lacking the education about how to care about his or her body, again you find someone will perish out or will die because he is lacking the digestive juice which are necessary for him or her to extract the necessary information to keep him or her aware of what will happen next. Therefore, education is something that is very important. But now here I'm talking of practical education, because it's not a matter of going to school, cramming the theories and and some things which have been laid there, but they are no longer working. Now we as a young generation, we need education, but in format whereby we invest in time to extract things, to understand things which real works for our life. We have the basic education where somebody will understand reading, understand basic mathematics, basic sciences like human anatomy, human physiology, those basic things that everyone needs to understand. But when now you decide maybe to concentrate in healthy faculty, mean that you need to extract more information and not just reading those principles, maybe reading on those theories or maybe those discovered. You need to invest time yourself to make sure that your knowledge is up to date. The knowledge is solving the problem which are existing, and apart from that, you are creating opportunity for you to explore more on the world. Therefore, this there is myth which is happening always in the world. People are thinking maybe there are people who are very rich, who have done very wonderful, but actually they come back and claim, oh, I didn't go, I went to college, then I dropped it. Actually, they dropped it, but when you go back to their history, you find that they invested much to study maybe in business. So after dropping to school, after having those basic understanding, they again dipped maybe to the business. They dipped maybe under reading the books like Napoleon Hill book, the book of Warren Buffett about the business, the book of maybe those people who have done very wonderful work in job of the market. Therefore, you see, though they dropped the school, but still they invested their time to understand the issue of business, how to manage their business, how to deal with customers, the psychology of business. All these things happened because now they invested on that things. And when you see them, you'll hear the first thing that he dropped from college. But if you make follow-up, you'll see that they didn't just drop to the school. After dropping, they went in specific direction what they discovered that they can do wonderful job. That's why you can see things are happening. But in a practical sense, education in digestive juice, because now a person with a full awareness about this particular subject can easily contribute a lot to the world. I was some days back reading the book about Elon Musk, the one who found the PayPal, which is a very wonderful platform for online purchase and online purchasing. I was reading also the book about Zachariah, the one who discovered, the one who invented the issue of Facebook. I was looking again for the people like Page and Page and his friend, who together they formulated the Google. All these people, they did a wonderful job. Why? Because when you look for their history, like the one I was talking of, Elon Musk, he was a very good person in early years. He did issue of physics. After doing physics, he did also the bachelor degree of science in issue of economics. You can see now he applied his economics by coming out with the paper. Again, he went further to PhD specifically to apply the physics. Now you can see this man, he has contributed a lot dealing with the solar energy, dealing with outer space, doing a lot of studies in outer space. All these are contributing a lot in our life, but the background now allows him to do that. Therefore, the digestive juice that he has accumulated all over his life, studying hard, investing his time to understand what is real inside, the desire, what he wanted, that's what is promoting him to go further. Now, when you go back using the Napoleon Hill again, Napoleon Hill was very successful writer among writers who is still selling a lot. When you read the psychology of Napoleon Hill, when you read the article of Napoleon Hill, the books that Napoleon Hill wrote, they really inspire you to get mad. You can even jump up, start something, doing something. The issue of mastermind, love, success, the magnet, all those books were written in a very wonderful way. You can see this man also, he was expert in issue of broadcasting, issue of journalism. He was able to explore the information from others. You can see he interviewed almost 500 great people with wealth in the United States. Then after his interview for many years, he came up with theories which were there to help most of American youth to develop quickly, not getting not going back to passing the same way that other successful people passed. Therefore, you can see education was a great treasure. Then, without education means that there is something missing in case of digestive juice. Today, let me end up here, but this is the book which is coming. It has got a very nice story about this and about the issue of digestive education and digestive juice. I'm talking in detail about them, and when you read it, it will inspire you. It will take you somewhere. And if sometimes people are just studying certain subject, dealing with the studies that they can pass the exam, this book will stimulate you to understand deeply your subject, that you can contribute positively to the world. Thank you, and wish you a nice moment.